did a quick review all about our shapes. So I have attached a sheet over here that you can print out at home that could help you sort the shapes into our different rules. Okay, so it says these are blank and these are blank. So if you could print that out or try to have something like that at home, maybe you could draw it on a piece of paper to help, that would be great. So over here it says these are, now yesterday we talked about all of our flat shapes, and we know that they're flat because they're flat like a pancake, and they don't roll like the other shapes, like our solid shapes. So one of our flat shapes is a hexagon. Another flat shape that we talked about was a triangle. And then we talked about a square. A square is a flat shape. We talked about a circle being a flat shape. And then we talked about a rectangle also being a flat shape. Now over here, we're going to talk about the shapes that are not flat. These are not flat. So we have our cylinder, our cube, our sphere, whoop, that sphere is rolling everywhere, our sphere, and the cone. So these shapes are not flat. They can roll, they have faces. Another way that we could sort these is we could say that we could put all of our shapes down here, and maybe we could put all of the shapes that have, these are straight line shapes, and these are not. So all of our shapes that have straight lines could go in one column or in one group. The square has straight lines. The hexagon has straight lines. The rectangle has straight lines. The cone, does it have straight lines? No, it doesn't have straight lines, so these are not straight lines. The cylinder, does it have straight lines? No, it has round lines, doesn't it? Rounded edges, so that would go over here. What about the cube? Does the cube have straight lines? Yes, it's got a bunch of straight lines, so that would go right here with the other shapes that are straight lines. Would the sphere have straight lines? No, that definitely doesn't have straight lines. So that would go over here with the shapes that are not straight lines. How about the triangle? Does it have straight lines? Yes, I see it right here. There's a straight line right there. And the last one, the circle. Does it have a straight line? No, the circle has round edges, no straight lines. So that's another way that we could sort or put these shapes into categories. These are the shapes that have straight lines. These are the shapes that do not have straight lines. Now let's try another way. Put all of our shapes down here. Now, yesterday we talked about how we could put them in shape or in groups that roll and don't roll. Well, today maybe we could put them into groups based on if they have corners. Corners are where two ends meet. Now, the triangle, it has 3 corners. 1, 2, 3. So these are shapes with corners. And over here, these will be shapes that don't have corners. The sphere, does it have any corners? No, it doesn't. It has all round edges. So the sphere would go right there. So these are shapes that have corners, and these are shapes that don't have corners. The cube, it has corners. The cylinder, it doesn't have any corners. The cone. Does it have a corner where two ends meet? It does right there, doesn't it? One corner. So it will go over here with the other corners. What about the circle? The circle doesn't have any corners. It's all round sides. The hexagon. It has 6 corners. The square. It has 4 equal corners. And then the rectangle. It also has 4 equal corners, but 2 are long and 2 are short. So that's another way that we could put these shapes into different groups. I want you guys, just like I asked you to yesterday, find another way that you could sort your shapes and have your parents take a picture and send it to your teacher and tell them how you sorted your shapes, your flat and solid shapes. Tomorrow, we will do another activity where you're going to find some shapes and you're going to do a little interactive slide by yourself. So I hope you enjoyed today's activity, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.